Busta-Grill, Busta Crypto. Guys, I apologize, man. I've been super freaking busy at home, just kind of enjoying the family. And yeah, I don't even know, man. It's been super busy. One thing I got into a couple of things, and you guys saw my video on stake, right? So you guys know I'm in stake. I got in a stake at about $4. I got in again at like six. So stake is doing well for me. I dropped, I don't know, what is that, 5,000 into stake, if that, at the time. And right now I have 1,031. So if you do the math, I'm 1,031 times stake's price. If you see stake up here, 1241. That value right there is almost $13,000 for me putting in about, I think it was like 5,000 total is what I pulled in. But there's a lot of taxes getting in, so, excuse me. So anyway, just keep that in mind. And there's taxes on sales. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying your $1,000 is not $1,000. Is kind of what I'm saying. So I got in a stake. It's doing well for me. I do have my link in the referral, and basically the other thing too is that I should be listed on the actual stake protocol. So if you don't have a team, if you want to look me up there, you can, or you can just copy my link in the description. All right. So another thing I got into this week, well, I'm hoping to get into, is I've been doing so much stuff on Avarice. It's been crazy. There's just so much going on in Avarice, and I had to figure out what was everything about. It's super confusing, to be honest. So basically what I learned, and hopefully this helps someone else out, is basically there's auctions every day for an amount of tokens called ABC. And since they're not something you can buy on a local exchange, DX or any exchange, you have to come and buy the tokens. And essentially every day there's a set amount of tokens. It depletes every day to kind of appreciate the price essentially. That's assuming the same amount of people get in, but if it goes up, obviously there's going to be more that there's less that a lot more people are fighting over if the program or the protocol keeps getting popular, right? So I've been thinking about so many different strategies with Avarice, and I don't know if it's Ava Maria. Well, I don't know what it is, but basically at the end of the day, this is similar to T2X. I wasn't in T2X. I wasn't even doing crypto at that time. The only thing I was doing earlier was like XRP shit, and anyway, made good money there, and that's kind of where all this kind of came from. But in general, what I wanted to explain here was that I aped in, and as you can see, I put 80 BNB in here. So what is ANB? So BNB is 264. So if you do your trusty calculator, 264 times 80. I threw in a little over 20,000 into here. And the reason I did that is because from everything I'm seeing, everything I'm reading, man, obviously the way this works is like, once you get into a day, you don't get your tokens until the following, I think it's almost 2 days, right? So 1 day, 24 hours from once it closes. So this is closing in an hour and a half, right? So what ends up happening is that I will get that amount of tokens in an hour and a half. And then I'm able to stake it, but I'm a little confused as to if it's available 24 hours or after 24 hours. So anyway, put in the comments if you know. I just don't know. And I figured out as I go, because I felt comfortable enough to invest because a lot of money is going in here. So I'm pretty comfortable with investing as much as I invested. Now, obviously, do your own due diligence, do your own research, but this is what I wanted to do because I have a plan for this money. So what's going to end up happening, right, is you take whatever money, whatever ABC tokens you get, which for me, it's saying I'll get 170,000. I will take this amount, say it's 150,000, because I don't think it's going to be that much, into the staking lobby. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do one big fucking stake. I'm going to do one big fucking stake for like just 7 days. And the reason I'm doing that is because if this ends up working out and whatever it is, I figured instead of having 100 or 200 BNB in my wallet, I might as well just go ahead and throw it into something that I feel comfortable with. and then take those dividends back, right? I should ROI in 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, whatever it should be, assuming the protocol continues to develop. And if my understanding is T2X was almost around for 9 months or a year, I feel comfortable enough to stake it for 7 days, and then I will go ahead and at the, I think it's 7 or 9 days. So maybe I'll do 9 days. But the idea is I'm going to stake it for 9 days, get my ROI back after those dividends, right? So you don't get your money back in terms of your stake, right? Like your 80 BNB I put in. I don't get 80 BNB back from my stake. I get dividends back, and I should be ROIing back in 8 or 9 days. And then from there, I'll go ahead and take half of that dividends, which I'm assuming should be at least 40, right? If I put 80 in, and then I'll reinvest the 40, right? Plus reinvest obviously the ABC tokens I have. So I'll just keep kind of doing that, right? Until I ROI back maybe another 14 or 21 days, right? 18 or 27 days, right? If it's ROIing every 9 days. I think I probably lost you on the math, but the idea is that I'm not going to stake this shit for fucking 300 days, right? I'll take that back. I'll probably do like maybe 1,000 tokens for 3 days, 1,000 tokens for, maybe 200 days and another one for 100 days, just to do it, because, I'll throw good money at it, and then hopefully this thing is still around in 100, 200, 300 days, right? And still have some dividends that are going to be paying out at 100, 200, 300. You get what I'm saying. I'm not trying to make this a super long video, but this is kind of new stuff I'm getting into. Obviously, besides Drip that I'm heavily invested into Stake now, heavily invested into Lucky 7, which I'm pretty sure is going to turn around. I still feel confident about the dev team. That shit's going to work. But at the end of the day, my new plays for this week were Stake and then also Avarice, which both are going to be in the description. Now, the one thing about Avarice, if you don't use someone's referral code, everything's lost, right? So I think you get back 1% using someone's referral code, and I think I get 4% or 1%. I don't know, but basically we both win. So it's kind of, you should be using someone's referral code. Don't use mine if you don't like me, but use someone's, because it just goes to waste. It goes back, and I'm assuming into the treasury, and they just do something within the development team, which is not a bad thing, but you might as well give it back to another member. So use my referral code. You get 1% back if you use it. So I use someone's referral code from Drift Farm. I love Jonathan over there, so I obviously used his. But at the end of the day, use someone's referral code for Avarice. If you want to get into Stake, use my referral code for Stake. This is a good thing. I honestly look at Stake, and I like the fact that it's coming down a little bit, because this just tells me that it's going to be sustainable, because people are taking their profits, which is good, but it's not fucking falling from the sky. So take it for what it's worth. Nothing I say in my videos is financial advice. Please do your own due diligence, and happy freaking Sunday. I will see you in the next one.